This is the Easy Motion Neo Carbon, and I'm actually looking at its brand new bike. So it's kind of got some bubble wrap and things on it, but it's a privilege to get to ride this thing. It's been in development for a while. It's a very interesting bike. It uses all the same drive systems that the other Neo bikes do from Easy Motion, but of course the frame is carbon. The really interesting thing about this bike, in my opinion, is that it's not the lightest bike in their lineup, and it doesn't have the highest end components. That's actually the Neo Race, which weighs like 42, 43 pounds. This one's 45 pounds, but you get that front shock. Okay, so it's an interesting trade-off, and normally I'm used to seeing like road bikes with no shocks or anything, and those are the ones that are carbon. But you know, hey, we'll take what we can get here. And frankly, having owned carbon bikes, it's it changes the ride quality a little bit and sort of absorbs and sort of dampens vibrations and things. Of course, it makes it a little bit lighter. But I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the bicycle specs on this thing and kind of give you a quick overview. So we got front and rear disc brakes, really nice. Those are actually hydraulic. Got these nice ergo grips, standard pedals, but they're metal. They offer pretty good traction, nice kickstand, and it's way back here, so you can actually kind of back the bike up, and it's not going to hit the pedals or anything. I really like their kickstands, frankly. We've got a Shimano XT back here, 10-speed cassette, 3 rings in the front. Right, very nice. Just, good components all around that way. The shock is kind of standard, and it's a Suntour with lockout. Appreciate that, especially on a bike with, thin, like road-style tires. And I guess they're not, super thin, and they've got a little bit of traction. And again, with the shock on the fork, it's sort of a, it's an interesting offering here. And frankly, I like the shock because when you've got these thinner, narrower tires, you don't absorb as much, we going over bumps and cracks and stuff. It can kind of, especially with an aggressive angle, you're sort of leaning forward. It's nice to sort of loosen things up a little bit. So yeah, actually this bike speaks to me personally. But again, the Race is not a bad bike, and if you want the lightest, that's possibly a good option. So let's get into the drive system. What we're looking at here is a 350 watt geared rear hub motor. Being geared means that this thing offers a little bit more torque. It's a little lighter and smaller than if it were gearless, but there's gears in there. So, coasting, there's a little bit more friction, that kind of thing. Of course, when you're climbing a hill or something, it's nice to have the torque. The battery pack is actually built right into that down tube. I don't know if you can see it here. There's the key. You actually have to unlock it to take that battery off, and you can't charge it on the bike. You have to physically unlock it, pull that pack off, and then plug it in. Just comes with a charging brick and cable, like a computer or something. And that works pretty well, and means you can charge it at the office, and everywhere else no one can really mess with it. The other cool feature, of course, here's the LCD little computer system. You press down on this lever, it pops right off, right? Beautiful. So with the computer off, no one can mess with it. Almost looks like a regular bike. So I love that. And I actually like the way that they've got the system set up. You hold the power button for a few seconds, turns on, you got your speedometer, odometer, battery capacity, and then the different levels of pedal assist. The cool thing about all of the Neo bikes from Easy Motion is that they offer twist throttle, just like a scooter, or these 4 levels of pedal assist. The higher you go, of course, the faster you're going to go, more power you get, but you're going to wear that battery down more quickly. And while we're on the subject, this bike, they've actually done a good job. You've got braze-ons here for our rear rack, or maybe you've got a fender system you want to add. Kind of the same thing up here. We've actually got a little bit of a hole here so you could add fenders. It's not the perfect setup for that, but again, this bike is sort of, being it's carbon, it's more of a performance type of bike. Get out there and ride with your friends and keep up kind of thing. And I really, the paint job on this thing is pretty impressive. So I'm going to hop on and power up this hill a little bit in Power Assist Mode 5 or 4, Boost Mode. It's the highest one, and just show the motor, and you can kind of make some judgments about performance. Whoa! Look at that. No problem. Totally climbing this hill. No problem. Now, it's not quite as responsive, although it does offer its torque sensing. So, the harder you push down, the more it takes off, right? So that's kind of nice because that is a more responsive design, but it does take a minute to shut off. So let's do that again. Pedal. Just for like a second or two after it kept going. I'm going to put on a wide-angle fisheye lens so you can see kind of the ergonomics of this bike a little bit better. Here we go. Kind of see how it looks a little bit more forward type of positioning there. Oh, and the other cool thing about this is actually that you can top 20 miles per hour in pedal assist mode, so it's like a speed pedelec. In twist throttle mode, 20 miles per hour, but again, higher if you're using pedal assist. So that's kind of it. That is the EasyMotion Neo Carbon. For more info on this and other electric bikes, check out ElectricBikeReview.com, and I'll see you there.